Hello everyone, this is Gazay Zahrain. Today I have a video for you on how you could pass the ATI TEAS math test with a perfect grade. On this video I will highlight three things. First, what's included in the exam. I'll try to go over the objective covered by the exam. Then I will highlight the resources that I have used while I was preparing for the exam. And finally, I'll try to pinpoint some of the ways that I have used to study for this exam. Let's dig in. The ATI TEAS, as you all know, has four parts: reading, science, maths, and English. And this video would only be covering the ATI TEAS maths part. The maths has 32 questions, and you have 54 minutes time allotted to complete this exam. This maths part holds 22% of your overall grade on the ATI TEAS. I have completed the maths test before a while ago on my journey to the nursing school, and I was able to have a perfect score. I didn't miss any questions, and I'm glad about that. There are 15 objectives that are covered by the ATI TEAS maths. The first objective is fractions and decimals and percents. In this objective, it will ask you to convert from one fraction to the other. It will give you the percent, and it will ask you to convert it to decimals and fractions. The other one is order of operations. It will give you some question and it will ask you to answer it. Let's say it will say 3 plus 7 divided by 4 times 7 in parentheses, and there are rules called PEMDAS. You'll first do the parentheses, then the equations 2 over 4, then multiplication, then division, addition, and subtraction. You'll follow this order and will complete the answers. The third one is putting rational numbers in order. They will give you a list of 4 or 5 rational numbers. Let's say -2, -0.2, 2 over 10, 2, and it will ask you to order it from the smallest to the largest or from the largest to the smallest. And when you do this, you are just required to have all the numbers in the same format that you have some. If they give you -5 and they also combine it 5 and 2 over 3 a combined number, and 0.5 to 3, bring everything to a decimal number in the same format. Then that would help you to compare each. Then you'll say, okay, this one is smaller, this one is larger. The next one is solving equations. There are two types of equations. The most questions that the TEAS cover are, you will solve for one variables. Let's say you'll say 3x minus 4 is equal to 2 times in parentheses 2x minus x. You'll try to bring the x on one side and the numbers on the other side of the equal sign, then try to solve it using that way. It's not a difficult question for a person who knows how to do some basic maths. It's not some complicated, some difficult maths that need calculus or some higher level maths. And if you know the basics, if you were good in maths in your junior high school time, most of the things are very ordinary, minimal things. Then there are also a number of real world problems. The real world problems are assuming that you are a nurse. They will ask you, the doctor ordered 20 milligram of this medicine, but in the store you have only available 10 milligram. Then it will ask you how many tabs do you give to the patient. And the other one is real world percent problems. These are it'll tell you from a class of 100 students, 15% of students get an A. and you'll ask you how many students get an A, and you'll try to solve it using different ways. The next objective is estimation and rounding. The question that I had in my exam was, you'll go to store, you'll spend like $21.53 on one thing, $5.04 on one thing, like this type of questions. Then it will ask you to estimate how much you spent. You'll bring it, let's say, to the tens, like you spend only $20 on one thing, $5 on the other, $4. You'll round it up and you'll add it, and that's your estimation. The other one is ratios and rates. If you have 4 quarters in $1, and it will ask you to calculate how many quarters are in $3, then you'll follow that and you'll try to solve the question. And translating word problems, there are also questions related to charts, tablets, and graphs, and statistical and analyzing graphs, relationship between 2 variables, geometry, and standard metric conversions, like from centimeter to meter, like those type of conversions. If you understand the basics, that's enough. And in geometry, you'll ask you like to calculate the surface area or the volume of certain, like what's the area of this triangle. When it's simple, what's the area of this circle? It'll give you, let's say, the radius, and you'll calculate for the area. When we come to some complicated, let's say a pyramid or something, most of the time you'll give you a formula, and using that formula you'll try to solve it. But if it's like a rectangle, square, circle, triangle, you are required to memorize those formulas. Okay, this is what's covered. It's 15 objectives. The next part of my video would be, what are the resources that I've used? I've mainly used Mometrix, ATI TEAS secret book, and besides that I have also used a couple of YouTube videos that are prepared by BC Craft Maths, and the Mometrix also have a couple of videos that you can find on YouTube. These are the resources that I've used. But if I could say I am good in maths, and this is not like some complicated maths tests that I had, so I didn't want to spend like much of my time on doing this. That's why I didn't find any other resources. But if you go to your library or anywhere and try to find some basic algebra, basic high school maths book, and try to cover those things in line of the objectives that we have been discussing earlier, you can find a lot of other resources that you could use. The last point I want to highlight is how to study and how to prepare for this ATI TEAS test maths part. First, I'll advise you to start on the objectives. Review the objectives, and especially one of the resources that I've mentioned earlier, the BC Craft Maths. He have a good list of questions in line with the objectives. Like for every objective he had like 2-3 questions, for some only 1 question. Just go and watch those videos. Then you'll know where you are, and you'll also be able to see how the objectives are, what type of questions come from each objective. Then once you understand, if you think there are like an area that you need some more study on, go back and study on those areas. Then once you do that, the ATI Secrets of TEAS, the yellow book, it has like 3 full examinations. So go and do only one of it. Don't worry about the time, just focus on completing it. Then once you complete that, then check your answers, and in the areas that you miss a lot of question, go back to the objectives and find other resources. Especially if you are not good at maths, find other resources, like go back to your old books and find a specific area, try to dig on to read more, and also find a YouTube video. If you write the objective, you'll find on a lot of exercises, questions and answers on that specific part. Go do that. Then once you complete, once you feel comfortable, do another ATI TEAS full examination, only the maths part. Then once you did that, then you'll know where you are. Still continue doing this. Anything you missed, anything you don't understand, still go back and study more. And once you do that, I am sure you will be ready to kick the ATI TEAS math test. I wish you good luck on your test. I wish you success on your journey to the nursing school. I am sure you liked this video. Please go down there, click like and subscribe. I'll be coming back to you with another video soon. Thank you. Peace out.